Hi. I know that this is Jennifer's video thingy, but I haven't heard from her in a week. She's not answering my calls, and I thought that maybe she would at least see this video. I thought that you, Jennifer, might see this video. Where to start? It makes me realize just how good you are at these videos. I mean, you don't have these awkward pauses to cut out. Everything you do is done with such conviction and intent. I mean, you're always so sure of your next step while I scramble behind you, trying to steer you away from these cliffs that I see. And yet people are willing to follow you off those cliffs. I mean, they get caught up in your enthusiasm and your charm. Though I will say that I was one of the few, if not the only person, not impressed at the beginning. I didn't trust how happy you were all the time. I mean, who is happy all of the time? I think one reason I didn't like you is because we played in that quartet first semester together. We were playing Mozart, and I slaved over my part. You barely glanced at yours. Except 3 weeks before the performance, that's when you actually got to work. And at the performance, you nailed it. I mean, afterwards, everyone was complimenting you on your phrasing, your technique, your vibrato. And I mean, they were right. You did a wonderful job. And I hated you for that, for how easy it came to you. And then next semester, I was in quartet with you again. And I was so happy about that. We were playing Beethoven, if you recall. And if anything, you were better at the Beethoven than you were at the Mozart. So during rehearsal, you would kind of play around while the rest of us worked our butts off on that piece. But our coach loved you. And the other members of the quartet loved you. And all of our classmates loved you. I mean, how are you so well loved? Meanwhile, I was pretty much just living in the practice rooms. I mean, no one really noticed me. I didn't care about being a wallflower. I figured you didn't notice me either, except that I played in a quartet with you. And yet, at the end of the semester, you invited me to a party you were throwing. No, you forced me to go to a party that you were throwing. I didn't want to go. I didn't know half the people who were going to be there. But you kept on hounding me about it until I agreed to come. And then somehow, you found out it was my birthday. To this day, I still don't know how. So you made a cake, and you had everyone sing happy birthday to me, which, when they're all music majors, is actually really cool. It was like Bach's birthday chorale. Anyways, you brought out the cake, which was beautifully decorated. Apparently, you were amazing in the kitchen as well. And I just took one bite, and oh my gosh. You know, Jennifer, it's really very typical of you. I mean, beautiful presentation, really very lovely. But when you get down to, well, not the meat of it, the cake of it? Anyways, when you get down to it, it's really only half-baked and really salty. But even then, you turned the entire thing around. You took one bite and you refused to let anyone else have any more of it, because apparently now you were saving it. And the next day you took that terrible, awful cake and you gave it to our professors. And they loved you even more for it. They thought it was adorable. And it was. The next year, I guess I warmed up to you a little bit. I said no to your crazy schemes, and I think you liked that. You liked that I didn't just go along with whatever you wanted. And you got me out of the practice rooms, got me to have fun, and my playing actually improved due to that, weirdly. And of course now we're roommates, which I thought was going to be a disaster. I thought we were going to kill each other. But it's actually been really great, until this whole mess. The thing is, I can't even blame you for the entire thing. I mean, part of it is definitely your fault. But I am the reason it blew up. I was jealous of how easy even this has come to you. I mean, you found a WikiHow article, and you still got what you wanted without even doing what it said. I thought it would fail. I wanted it to fail. I wanted you to see how not everything just falls into your lap. Sometimes you actually have to work for what you want. But then in walked the Carpet King, and he was rich, he was handsome, and a really nice guy. And I saw myself getting locked in that practice room again, alone, and I realized that I wasn't okay with that anymore. And I was spending a lot of time practicing with sunburnt shoulders, while you were off enjoying fine French dishes that you can't even pronounce the names of. The thing is, I was practicing, trying to be good enough for something that you had already done. And then I didn't get in. I wasn't your equal musically or socially. I was inferior to you in every way. So I guess it made sense to me that you would go find new, better friends, and I would just be here. But it's your life, and Daniel seems to make you happy, and I think you make him happy. It was wrong of me to lash out, force you to choose between Prince Charming and, well, Grumpy. If our roles were reversed, you never would have said those terrible things to me. You would have been genuinely happy for me, instead of sulking and being as ungrateful as I've been. So all of this is just to say, I'm sorry. Sorry for how I've been acting, for what I said. I still think that this was a terrible idea, but you did find Daniel because of it. And I know it was never about the money. So yeah, please come home, give me a call at least, or something. Now I just feel like I'm begging. How do I end this anyways? Bye. Toodles. Fine. Hi, Dad. Oh, nothing much.